Hello, and welcome back for another run as creamy caramel smooth as Vin Diesel's skin. In Perfidious, Pete plays XCOM War of the Chosen, and I mean, if you go take a look at Vin, you might say, you know, Pete, gazing into his face here, that skin doesn't really look that creamy caramel smooth. But you know what? You're wrong. If you took a bite out of Vin Diesel, he would taste just like caramel, chocolate, and I'm thinking maybe with like a hint of lightly roasted hazelnut. He'd be absolutely delicious. Not that you could actually take a bite out of Vin Diesel. Don't let the creamy caramel texture of his frankly delicious looking skin fool you. That skin is in reality harder than diamond and thicker than the armor plating on an Abrams tank. Plus, I'm pretty sure if you tried to take a bite out of Vin Diesel, which, by the way, that's Mr. Diesel to you, if you tried to take a bite out of him, it's pretty safe to say the only thing you're going to taste, and probably the last thing you would ever taste, are the creamy, smooth texture of Vin Diesel's knuckles, because he will punch you off of the planet. Uppercut you out of existence. It's Vin Diesel, goddammit. You don't just walk up and take a bite out of the man. Let's get our contact cost reduced here so we can work on making contact with our region here in Eastern Asia. Modular assault rifles is very useful for us, and I'm hoping that applies to the bullpup. We really should probably go see. Gauss weaponry is inspired, but I kinda don't care. Do we have armor available? Muton autopsy is also super useful. Experimental weapons we don't care about. Psionics, blah, we don't have any. Faceless autopsy is also intriguing. We don't ever actually need to research Gauss weaponry, so we probably won't. Advent officer autopsy, we do need to put that on the agenda as well. And you know what? It's down to 3 days. Okay, we got to get this out of the way, because ultimately we are going to need a skulljack. Plus, Dr. Tigan's got to be getting a little pent up. It's been a while since we gave him an opportunity to indulge his kink. Plus, that Advent officer's just sitting there with his mouth open in that O shape, and that's the kind of portal Dr. Tigan just can't resist the urge to explore, if you know what I'm talking about. He's got to delve the mysteries of that particular circular sphincter. It's not the only one he's going to be probing the mysteries of. Back to scanning. I do fully expect that this covert action is going to wind up in an ambush, so we're probably going to get a mission right here.
Commander, the aliens have made significant progress toward their goals.
Wow, I mean, they built one facility, Bradford. Just like literally one facility, that's it. There's what we were waiting for, though. We knew this was going to happen. That's why we sent our best trooper, Vin Diesel, as well. Got a lot of Lost in this region. Lost are going to be a potential problem for us. Last time we did this run, we got lucky with our Templars, and we got the Between the Eyes perk, which really meant that any hit we could get on a Lost automatically produced a kill. We do not have that perk this time. It's going to be... We do have, you know, effectively... We have Blade Storm with a lower output damage weapon with the Ripjack, which will be helpful, but Ripjack kills are not going to be 100% slam dunks against the Lost. I don't think at any stage in the game, regardless of our relative level of weapons technology, I don't think we're ever going to be one-hit killing like we were with the Templars, where once they had enough focus, they could do damage to basically auto-kill anything. But we do have a little bit better options in the gunplay department, so it's not all bad. We are going to get a pot of reinforcements here at the start of this ambush, because you always do. So let's take the first turn pretty conservative, because we don't want to trigger any Lost. We are not concealed. Play it careful. Play it easy. We do have Vin Badass Diesel here. And we can drop Vin Diesel on Overwatch right into the middle of the zone with these guys when they decide to show up too. I think our blender of mayonnaise tactic that we always use on reinforcement pods, where we put a Blade Stormer like right in the middle of the LZ, is going to be even more effective than usual with Vin Diesel and his boys on staff, because Vin has the interrupt ability. And we are one tile short of being able to put him right in the heart of the dead zone. Right in that part of Anthony Michael Hall's brain that lets him... What was the dead zone guy's power? Like he could see the future or some shit? I don't even remember. It's been a long time since I read the novel, and probably a longer time since I saw the Christopher Walken movie, because I think maybe I saw the movie first. So at least one of these guys should be getting blade stormed by Vin Diesel, which will produce a kill. I'm curious about how Vin's interrupt ability is going to work. It'll be interesting to give it a shot. We're actually going to get blade storms on both of these guys. So you should be getting retribution. So he missed the shot. The retribution hit. And we didn't get in retribution. Yes, triggers. Does damage. Our Overwatch was just a shot. I thought we had the ability that let us do different things on Overwatch. Like, I thought we didn't always Overwatch. Aren't we supposed to have the interrupt thing? Oh, interrupt is in itself an ability. You have to do that instead of going on Overwatch. Very interesting. Okay, well, probably just shoot him. Yeah. Van had a subsequent shot, which we are now going to use to advance forward. Everything's cool. Overwatch is done. Our Retribution man landed, got the gig covered. We got... Oh, Caparzo, though. Why'd you have to go and spawn a pod? This is how you got killed, Caparzo. God damn it. Damn it, son. Get a 56% chance to hit here. That is not good, boy. If you're back here, can you see that, man? No. I'm thinking we probably want to have you retreat. Is there somewhere you can retreat to? You would be definitively out of line of sight from here. Alright, Caparzo. I can't let you get sniped and bleed out in a fucking street. That is not going to happen. Instead, we're going to bring you over here, put you on Overwatch, and let's see what this guy does. He's actually coming up to kill you, though. And you have missed it. Well, you're not going to get flanked and shot and bleed out in the street, but... Oh, never mind. You're fine. You're actually probably not going to get shot and killed or bleed out at all. You're just going to go shoot this man in the spine. Everything's fine, then. Yeah, you're right to be freaked out, Advent Trooper. See you in hell. Well, then. I thought that was going to be much more trouble than it turned out to be. I figured Caparzo was going to be sitting in a rain in the puddle of his own blood as it slowly creeps towards our feet, trying to convince us that we really need to take this letter home and tell his family. Also, Caparzo, you know, I gotta ask in that situation, what was your ultimate goal there? Like, you just wanted to get that letter back to your family, that's fine, but was it going to make it any better? Like, what was the letter? What was in the letter? You wrote the letter before you got shot, so it's not like it was a last will and testament or anything like that. What was the letter supposed to fix? Just one more chance to maybe tell your family that you love them and that you'll miss them because you're dead now? I suppose that's reasonable. Caparzo getting a little bit of extra action points from taking those high elevation shots, which is nice. None of these guys have enough health that if they come at our boy Vin Diesel, they're going to be a problem. So I think we just come up here, take the headshot, get dead. We can't see that remaining guy. How did we get a bonus action? It's telling us we can move and shoot again? That can't possibly be right. And yet what ability do we have that lets us move, shoot, move? Oh, we parkoured! Sweet Vin parkour Diesel. Parkour! He's done it. Sometimes we can just move twice. That's actually beautiful. I really wish it was higher than 5%, but that ability did cost us, it's important to point out, the parkour ability did cost us nothing. That's the skirmisher ability. Sometimes you just get a move and then move again. 1 in 20 moves, or rather 1 in 20 initial moves, I suppose. It's important to make that distinction. 1 in 20 initial moves will produce the opportunity to move again. Vinny B, let's get you up here with that creamy caramel smooth skinny ears, top of this ladder. Scope this building. Is it safe? It's totally safe. Let's get you in here. Ah, that's my Richard B. Riddick just careening through plate glass windows. Guy loves it. It's his favorite bit. Really, all I care about is getting Picarzo. Getting Picarzo? Yeah, he's Anthony Caparzo, little known, lesser. He's like Jean-Luc Picard's younger nephew. Actually, he'd be like his great-great-great-great-great-great-grandsire, because Caparzo was in World War II and Jean-Luc Picard lived in the far distant future under the Federation. They anglicized the name when the Caparzos immigrated to... Wait, Picard was French. The Caparzos initially, you know, they immigrated from Rome and decided to take up residence in Paris. And when they did, they Frankified their name. Try to make it a true Francophone. So we got this man. What's your shot here with the Justice? You know what? Good enough. Yank him up here. Yoink. Excuse me, sir. Could you come over here and step into my office for a moment, please? Yeah, when has anybody telling you to come step into their office ever been good for the person who's been asked to step into an office? It never works out well. We'll just overwatch with our boy Riddick. A lost swarm has appeared in a very bad spot, and once again, we forgot to try that interrupt ability. I'd really like to give that interrupt ability a shot where we use our reaction to... Other than shoot, though, what would you want to do? I suppose you could throw a grenade. You could maybe use a grapple move to, like, get yourself out of trouble. The grapple move is potentially maybe the most interesting aspect of that. Like, if you're in trouble, you could try and grapple your way to safety. Speaking of grappling our way to safety, we're going to have Richard B. Riddick grapple his way into what is the opposite of safety. Also, Caparzo, we want you to be able to get some shots if you can. Anything Caparzo can kill, we want to try and let Caparzo kill. We want him to rack up as much EXP as possible. He's going to tag 3 here. Then we'll be like, don't be greedy, Caparzo. So he tags 3, that empties the weapon, then he reloads. You know what? This is going to summon another swarm, but I'm shockingly okay with it. Throw the grenade here. Let's get Caparzo more kills. We gotta fuel him up. Killed one, injured another. That's 1 more kill for Anthony. It's actually more kills than he got in the entirety of his career as a Army Ranger. Pretty sure Caparzo was O for lifetime in that whole gig. We'll reload, and then I guess we'll just put... you know what? We're going to put Richard B. Riddick on the Interrupt Overwatch. I want to see what kind of stuff we're allowed to... well, that was useful. I was curious to see what kind of things we would be allowed to do. Turns out, answer to that question is nothing, because nothing wandered into our visual radius. What, this guy couldn't have wandered in? What a jip. And that ability is now squandered because you get it once per game. Alright. The once per mission nature of that, I'm not supremely happy with. That's unfortunate. I'm still confident Riddick can get us out of this trouble here. Riddick, so his first move actually cost a move. I think we go for the Whiplash, even though it has a terrifically low % chance to hit. No dice. That's also a once per mission thing. How's our Wrath looking? Not fantastic. Also a whiff. Oh, good. Better hope this hits. Yep, we're in trouble then. Riddick's just standing out in the open. He's definitely going to get shot. We threw all of our freebies. Came up short every time. Also, Riddick is now bleeding because, yep, these guys have stiletto rounds. So Riddick is going to wind up... I'm very salty. There's a lost swarm very close. Now we can't afford to stand around and fight it. We got to get out of here. Yeah, the light has left them. Let's get this shit out of here. Riddick is bleeding, and I'm not going to sit here and take bleed damage. Crank up my wound time. Advanced laser sight. PCS agility, not especially useful for us. We're at least 1 more turn from safety as well. Come get close to Richard B. Riddick and see what happens. Come on, I dare you. He promises he doesn't have a shiv. Like, Riddick, definitely not toting a shiv. Like, not concealed on his person anywhere. Definitely not carrying a shiv. Riddick, we should just have you get out of here, buddy. How many bullets you got in the gun? If we have good enough hit percentages here, we'll take a couple shots on the way out. 75% is probably not good enough. In fact, 75% is just not good enough. Riddick is bleeding. We're not going to take any risk with the life of our highest ranked trooper. I don't think any of these guys are dashers. So we don't really have a whole lot to worry about. Caparzo, come over here. Reload that shit. Riddick, you can go. Get out of here, B. It's not a tactical retreat. It's advancing towards future victory. We never retreat. We only advance towards future triumph. Can we get closer to... We should be able to grapple to the top of this container and have considerably better shots. We cannot. Supremely disappointing. Well, we have admittedly pretty poor shots from here. Any dashers? No dashers, no dancers, no prancers, no comets, cupids, donners, or vixens either. Caparzo's going to take an extra turn on this one. He needs the kills. We want the EXP. No reason to not try and rack up a few. Let's put a couple extra in the bag for Anthony. Good shot, Anthony. And also, you wasted your opportunity to reload. Again, though, none of these guys are dashers, so this is a double move. Take the shot. Can't miss. Definitely gets a kill. Then we reload. This should be also definitely a kill. Another headshot. We blew that pole out of the way, too. You want some? You want some? Come and get some. Caparzo, give it to you. Caparzo gonna give it to you? Caparzo gonna give it to you? You ain't got to get it on your own, Loss. Caparzo gonna deliver to you. Out of here. Took Caparzo a little longer than it took Riddick, but he also got more kills than Riddick, and also didn't get shot on his first mission, though. Anthony Caparzo has survived unscathed. Well, for certain values of success, John, I'm actually a little salty that our now highest ranked trooper, Richard B. Riddick, is going to complete the mission wounded. But he is also our highest ranked trooper, so we did get somebody to maximum rank out of it, and I believe we still have some promotions on the mission, too. Caparzo, just take Wrath. You do have some bonus action points, and I do like lightning reflexes. You have 4 other potential unlocks. A lot of you know, Caparzo's got some potential. If we don't leave him to die in that street, this kid could go far. Advanced laser sight, PCS agility, wrapped up. We're going to go back in here. This will finish our covert op, and this actually, yeah, I'm aware that the supply drop is available. This finishes the covert op, and that is what gets Richard B. Riddick promoted to colonel. Fantastic. Let's get a new covert op. We got to find somebody else to get promoted. Gain ability points, I believe, also had a promotion. It did. Hunting the assassin is useful. We could recruit a Templar and then just fire him because, again, all we really care about here are promotions. Ability points, probably the most useful investment of our time. Riddick's going to be down for 7 days. I think Xander Cage, maybe? Yeah, we got to go with Cage. Any other soldier can go on this mission with Xander Cage. No chance here that somebody winds up captured. So let's just take Squatty Shane Wolf and throw him into the mix here. I am going to spend the intel to negate the wounded on this one because odds are strong that somebody will be Xander Cage, and if he's going to pick the promotion, we really don't want him to be the guy that gets wounded. Richard B. Riddick, let's get you fully promoted to maximum shankosity. So what are your current abilities? Manual Override. That lower all ability cooldowns by 1 is amazing. Battle Lord. After each enemy in line of sight takes a turn, take an immediate action.
We've been picking up some weird transmissions lately. It sounds a little like German, but it's hard to tell.
So wait, you get to take an action... Now I'm confused, because Battle Lord, the way this sentence is structured, this could be interpreted one of 2 ways. 1, after each enemy in line of sight takes a turn, take an immediate action, could mean that if we can see 3 enemies after those 3 enemies each take their action, we can take 1. Or alternatively, and what I think it's intended to mean is that if after each enemy in line of sight takes an action, or takes their turn, we then get to take an action. So it's not, after those 3 guys go, we get 1 action. It's After one of those guys goes, we get an action. After another one goes, we get an action. After another one goes, we get an action, which is potentially fucking amazing, actually. When targeted by an attack, all of these abilities are good, actually. Judgment is good. We can panic enemies who target us with an attack. We can take tactical ridding for more boom. Saturation fire is likewise, like, all of these are really good. Entering Overwatch, you can take as many shots as you have remaining actions, so that means you're not limited to one. You could take two, which potentially couples nicely with our Retribution, or no, what's the ability? Our Interrupt ability. I kind of want to buy all of these to see what they do, but Manual Override seems like it's a no-brainer. Like, that ability has to be great. Battle Lord, that's got to be one that has a static cost. That's got to be, it's got the same, for one thing, it's got the same little indicator as this, which makes me think that Battle Lord probably only happens like once per mission. If Battle Lord is like a passive ability, that's just stupid. Skirmishers are going to be the best thing since sliced bread. You know what? We got to test it out. It does cost us all of Riddick's remaining points and a couple of our backlog points. But if it does what I think it does, it's going to be worth it. And probably we really kind of want to get Riddick tactical rigging as well. But what we don't want to do is put all of our eggs in one basket. Let's hold off, test what we've got already in the testing grounds for testing, and then revisit that scenario maybe a little later. Get my reduced contact contest. Okay, beautiful. Next region is 50% cheaper. We got another potential supply drop. What are our other remaining ones? We do need that engineer. We also really need to start making contact because I want to have more options when our next guerrilla... When the next guerrilla op triggers, I want to have multiple locations where I can potentially go. But we got to get this engineer. Then we circle the supply drop. Maybe these supplies we just let fall by the wayside. We do have a facility down in New Indonesia. What level is this one? It's level 1 or 2. I think there is an alien ruler there. But honestly, as strong as our campaign has been with our skirmishers so far, I don't know as I'm worried about an alien ruler. Like, what if we Battle Lord? Do we then get a reaction after every time?
Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting.
The Archon takes an action?
It's already expired.
Because it could just be if we Battle Lord against an alien ruler, we take an action, it takes an action. We take an action, it takes. We're just like two titans standing in a field of battle, trading blows for all eternity. It's like when Kratos fought Loki in God of War, the new God of War. Did Kratos fight Loki in the new God of War? I don't know. Probably at some point.
The sequence here
it's just going to be two immortals slugging it out until somebody just can't go on anymore or gets thrown off a cliff. Or a troll shows up and tries to crush them both with a giant tree.
Identical. They were using you against us.
Yes, however,
nobody uses me, John Bradford. Well, not entirely true. I mean, if you wanted to use me, Bradford, with that hair sometimes, and the mood was right, the lighting was soft, and I'd had 4 or 5 glasses of wine, you, John Bradford, I might let you use me a little. Just a little. Just a little.
Deal of information, somehow encoded in a stream of psionic energy. My working theory: Advent uses this network to augment the tactical.
Isn't every theory
readiness of its
technically a
troops,
working
as
theory,
well as
Dr. Tiger?
disseminate orders from its central command.
All theories, yeah, you know what? They pretty much all theories are working theories. Also, I'm not necessarily sure your theory works, Dr. Tigan. It seems more like a sit on its ass at home all day and collect unemployment kind of theory, if you know what I'm saying. Dr. Tigan, your theory's a lazy piece of shit. Get a job. Needs to get a haircut.
To know for sure.
Learn some marketable skills. Put itself out there in the workforce. This theory really needs to... You know what? It really needs to round out its CV. That's what your theory needs.
Like I said,
Doesn't even look good on paper.
Still, it's the best lead we've got.
What kind of work experience has your theory got? Is it good with Microsoft Office products? Where'd it go to school? Access the alien network. So we got to construct a proving ground, get the Skulljack going. This should allow us to actually build the proving ground. It does indeed. We got a whole bunch of new research available.
The Advent captain seems to provide a means of
Stun Lancer
stabilizing
autopsy
the
is
links
instant.
between the local subordinates.
You know what, Dr. Tigan here? I'm just going to cut you off by letting you indulge in your freak on.
With the intention of serving as a civilian
Go on, go get your freak
peacekeeping
on.
unit within the city centers. Although they are equipped with weapons capable of administering non-lethal blows, recent reports indicate an increasingly aggressive stance.
How come they're wearing RoboCop helmets, though, Dr. Tigan? Can you have an explanation for that? Why do Stun Lancers look like the Joel Kinnaman version of RoboCop? Ionic Ripjack. That's what we're looking for right there, baby. The Arc Blade, also nice, but Ionic Ripjack, super important. Oh, we got to assign. All right, let's give you some new research. Muton Autopsy? Yes, do that. I want more powerful grenades, please. Once again, Dr. Tigan goes at his Muton's face down, ass up, because that's the way he likes to fuck.
As it is, the creature is abnormally warm to the touch for a
Is the Muton wearing some kind of suit? Or is that its skin? Like, it's definitely wearing a suit of some variety. It's got kind of like a green zoot suit going on. Do you think Mutons are really into swing music? Just like the Brian Setzer Orchestra is as good as it gets in the Mutons' opinion? Like, nobody does it better than Brian Setzer, baby.
What can I do for you, Commander?
You could build me an Ironic Ripjack, because they do more damage and we're going to need more. 30 supplies and 3 alloys, done. Anything else we want down here? We do still need 150 supplies so we can get our better armor. That would have saved us a little wear and tear on the old Richard B. Riddick. Now, granted, Vin Diesel does have diamond hard armor-plated skin that would, if you could somehow bite it, taste like caramel. But the armor is good, too. Just because his, you know, just because his skin is plated like a tank and diamond hard doesn't necessarily... I mean, if you prick him, does he not bleed? Well, it's Vin Diesel, so the answer is actually no. If you prick Vin Diesel, he does not bleed. Vin Diesel, his blood, saw blood as a weakness. He didn't want any kind of particularly pathetic fluid flowing around in his vein. So Vin Diesel replaced his blood with propylene glycol, the stuff they use in radiator fluid. Vin Diesel he's more machine than man. Also, this gameplay is more over than started. There's a joke in there somewhere, but it'd take a cleverer man than me to suss it out. I'm just going to wrap the episode up. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you want to see Vin Diesel's creamy, smooth caramel skin in the future, you might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes every single day. And don't worry, I'm sure Andy Green's gremlin will get him all patched up. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.